Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Soomanna. I am founder and farmer for Humblebean Coffee Private Limited, also part of the DLC Global Hospitality and Travel Committee.
Describe yourself in one sentence.
If you really ask me, under the current circumstances, I would like to call myself as a seeker. That's what's helped us in the journey of creating Humblebean. So, more of a seeker, I would say, continuously learning.
Describe your professional self in a hashtag.
Seeker would be a right hashtag to call.
How would you describe your occupation?
My occupation, predominantly I'm a farmer, and I come from a third generation coffee farming community, and been part of the corporate world for almost 12 years before setting up of Humblebean. And since 2017, Humblebean Coffee Private Limited is a incorporation that we have done and the entity that we created. And it's been 6 years hence that we have started this journey, and yeah.
What do you expect from DLC as a business platform?
Well, with regards to what I expect from DLC as a platform is how much we can contribute to the collective consciousness of the future generation of business owners and then entrepreneurs that are seeking for advice and seeking for some kind of ways to set up their businesses. So how much we can contribute towards this is something that really entices me.
What inspired you to join the Della Leaders Club?
The ability to bring in a change in the collective consciousness, because we live in a very fast-paced environment, social media platforms ruling the roost and then all of that. So can we create something more real and where people can actually literally in virtual meet up and talk and then define life's experiences and then so on and so forth.
What truly inspired you to start the Humblebean?
The whole inspiration to start Humblebean was that the small and medium farmers' coffees were never been spoken about, and there was an inherent potential in Indian coffees and how they kind of feature, but this was kind of lacking because we have one of the finest coffee growing regions in the world with the biodiversity being intact. But this was not represented. The small and medium farmers' coffees were not represented the way it should have been represented. So that kind of made me get involved in starting up Humblebean and then trying to figure out if Humblebean coffees, the small and medium farmers' coffees can come onto the mainstay coffee brewing.
How do you source the beans?
We source beans from all the coffee growing regions in India, and these are mostly sustainably grown coffees. I mean, from FPOs to individual farmers from all the parts of India. So that's how we source.
What is your limited coffee edition most recommended?
Our limited editions are the ones that we work very closely with certain farms. So there are very, very interesting ones from all the coffee growing regions. My favorites have always been the natural cherry processed coffees. I mean, that's the kind of preference that I have for the limited editions. Yeah.
World's best cities for coffee lovers.
Seoul in Korea, Sydney, Melbourne are some of the very nice coffee experiences. Of course, Italy being one of the finest, but these are some of the new additional places which you can experience amazing coffee culture.
Some of the unique ways in the world people drink coffee.
These days people have adapted more into the manual brew, that is making their own manual brews at their own convenience. There is a huge amount of coffee paraphernalia that people own these days, and they prefer to do those kind of coffee at their comfort of their home.
With DLC, how do you intend to spread the idea of the local coffee?
With DLC, I would like to bring in the awareness of coffee, that the coffee drinking is just not confined to cappuccinos and espressos alone. There are delectable blends and that can be enjoyed in many different ways. So basically, we are set out to elevate coffee experience in India.
How do you wish to contribute to DLC?
Contribution to DLC is making the knowledge that I have gained over the years as an entrepreneur, raising money, dealing with day-to-day stuff and then managing money is something that I would like to pass on to many others.
3 things that are non-negotiable to you.
I would say integrity, patience, and transparency.
One environmental cause you are really concerned about.
The knowledge of people with regards to understanding sustainability and the difference between organic farming is something that really concerns me. I think the way forward is definitely understanding sustainability and not really talking about organic way of doing things.
What is your business mantra?
I would say the only way that you can have a business mantra is a true alignment with the core values of why you are set out to do business in the first place. I think that surpasses everything else.
What are the 3 qualities one needs to excel in this business?
I would say faith, patience, and perseverance.
What are your thoughts on the idea behind the world's first business platform, which is DLC?
I think the future is definitely going to be a collaborative model of people coming together, and therefore the way that DLC has been thinking to get this together is a phenomenal idea. I think what we see in the social media today is may not be the right thing to, people may not be speaking the right thing, but in a virtual platform like this where people meet in real, you get to learn a lot, you get to understand authenticity, you get the vibe of the people. So I am very gung-ho about something that has real life experiences.
DLC aims to be a catalyst to drive people from a life of success to a life of significance. Your thoughts on this?
Once somebody has led a life of success, it is imperative that we also make a significant impact on the life of others. So I found this statement very, very pertinent in today's times.
A message that you would like to give to our viewers?
I would like to say, think healthy, eat healthy, and live healthy. That's the only way to look at life.